Hello anybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Legacy. I'm Mr. Devious or just Deeb, and in the last episode we did more farting around the Maya, and in today's episode we're hopefully gonna finish it up. I've been saying that for a while now, but hopefully for this time we mean it. So, who are we gonna be going in as? We are gonna be heading in as Lady Lisa, the gigantic barbarian queen. I don't know why, but I got a good feeling about this life. I just got a good feeling. This is the 8th episode we'll be trying out for the Maya. It took us 4 episodes to kill Kidder and 4 episodes to kill Alexander. Will it take us 8 episodes to kill Ponce de Leon? We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. For now, though, let's just put a double surge into our HP. 360, not bad. And let's adjust our armor if we can to account for... Yeah, let's increase our armor, because it just makes more sense to increase that with a barbarian. Alright, Sharon, you short man. The time is nigh. If I get my way, we're going to make sure that Ponce de Leon dies in this episode, so we can finally get out of the Maya. It is my favorite room in the game, or my favorite area in the game, but I didn't intend to spend a ridiculous amount of time there. That just kind of happened. So we're not going to bother with too many rooms that looks like they'll just hurt us. It'll just give us a bad time with hurting us. We will, however, do this room and get ourselves a siphon room. Thankfully, because we're giant, we could easily get over those gaps in the floor, so that wasn't nearly as hard as it could have been. This room, not too big of a deal. It would be funny to beat Ponce de Leon with a giant character, seeing as we beat Alexander with a giant character. Maybe the giant characters will they'll be blessed. They will be the ones, they will be the chosen ones. I don't know why I ate that food, I shouldn't have. But for now, it's time for another diary entry. Journal entry number 20. I thought I knew what darkness was, but here in the dungeon, the darkness has a voice. It calls at me through grates and around corners. It taunts me. The darkness is so thick it is almost tangible, and the beasts here have made it their home. They move swiftly through the corridors and are more terrifying than anything I have fought before. I must be prudent and choose my battles carefully. Being confrontational now may cost me my life. So yeah, it's dangerous down there. I mean, we already saw that when I got killed down there by a gradiator, but I think when we go down there, we'll be ready for it. We'll be more ready for it than he seems to be making it out to be. And also because I've been making it out to be a scary place, it's probably not going to be nearly that hard, because that's just how things work. It's just... your Let's Play always makes a liar out of you. Hard things become easy and easy things become hard. But maybe it's just because we're all hypochondriacs and have a tendency to over-exaggerate when it comes to video games. I don't know why I ate that meat. I should have saved that meat. For if I got hurt, no, it's a bad dog. Bad dog. I do not like the Worgens, but we already knew this. A Gigantism is a great thing to have with Worgens, just for the extra reach you get against the enemies. Gigantism is great against every enemy for that, really, but Worgens in particular, it gives you a lot more margin for error in swinging your blade to hit them. So that's nice. And I did not notice the guard box on the left side of the room, because they blend well with the environment. Being made out of wood, they look like they can just be a piece of the environment. Like a box or a table or something. They don't always look like they're just an enemy. So, in my experience, they almost always tend to catch me off guard, compared to most other enemies in the game. It's weird, because they're a stationary box that shoots missiles. Nothing about that sounds subtle, but somehow it is. Let's just go down here. And this room was a trap. And blow away our enemies so that we don't have to worry about them so much. Okay, we got some meat, and with that heals up a lot of our health. Oh, look at this. Well, this is great. Not really too bad to deal with, though. We've been getting a lot of meat out of these things. I will be right back in just a second. Flux was darkening my computer, and we can't really deal with that right now. There's a lot of enemies clustered down there. That's not great. Okay, okay. You're done. You're taken care of. You are finished. I think we're ready. I think if we manage to get to Ponce de Leon this time, that's gonna be it for him. Hello, Jukebox. Goodbye, Jukebox. Let's just work our way around these guys. Of course, the downside is, since we're giant, the problem there is pretty obvious in that Ponce de Leon does not leave many gaps for you to get through. Or at least, you know, the gaps are narrow. And we're big. But with our Barbarian Shout, we should be able to clear out the fireballs quite a bit. And that's one thing I'm banking on, even though we do have a limited amount of mana to use. But we'll see how useful it is. We will see. Only time will tell. And time will tell soon. Would you get up here? I don't even care anymore. I had to take care of him. Studying this map, it looks like our best option is going to be to head to the left, head to the west. Left, I guess left. They describe this castle as being like to the east is the forest. And you know, I guess it can be possible, but it's weird to use cardinal directions in a 2D perspective that isn't top down. It's just a little strange. And we are hypochondriacs, so we are exaggerating a lot on how much damage we're actually taking. But since we're here, we may as well just do this. There's no penalty for hitting them from the front. It just takes longer. But not that much longer. You may be a Hulk guard, but you're not very strong. Is there anything actually down here? I don't think there is, and we just kind of wasted our time coming over there. So now we need to go all the way back over to the right. Great. We wasted our health not for any particularly good reason. Oh well. We'll just have to make the most of this. The life we have left. Now would have been a really good time to actually get the health that I wasted. Oh well. Now is a bad time to be exaggerating how much damage you're taking, buddy. We'll head up into this big, giant, spacious room. Take out the mobile enemies first. The most dangerous mobile enemies, like you. Get down here, Ison. And going pretty well, considering. One of the main reasons I wanted to clear out this room is just so we can get access to a lot of different rooms. We get a lot of options if we manage to kill everybody here. And we get to heal a little bit. The 1 HP isn't very much, but, you know, it's something. Yeah, we're not getting the fairy chest in this room. Just not happening. Up here? Bodus. Bodus. I'd love to fight you, but this is not the time to do it. And finally we found ourselves the boss door again. We got ourselves some money, we eat ourselves some chicken, and we get another diary entry. Journal entry number 21. I have done it. I've defeated the dungeon's master. All that remains is to enter the throne room. After this, the king will honor me for my valor and acknowledge me as rightful successor to the throne. Not my faceless siblings. Huh. So he took care of the dungeon pretty quickly. He didn't have much to say on it before he finished it. Maybe I guess he didn't want to write much, because it was such a bad time. But anyway, it is time for round 5 against Ponce de Leon with his 2 pairs of eyes. It's kind of creepy looking. Okay, Ponce de Leon. We got the range on you now. We got range and we can take some hits, but it's not going super well. No, it is not. And unfortunately, he is lunging at us a lot. We're doing decent damage, but the question is, how long can we hold off? How long can we hold them off? And these damn spike balls are so frustrating to deal with. But otherwise, unfortunately, we are out of shouts. So we're just gonna have to do the rest of this on our own metal. Just our own skill. Oh, nope. If I could get some critical hits, that would be great. But I'm not that lucky. Oh boy. This is really bad. Or it's really great. Haha! And the spikes disappear, we get the money, and we get to open our chests. Ponce de Leon is finally dead, 8 episodes later. The deed is done! And that finishes up our time with the Maya. We may as well finish exploring it just because we're here. I will be right back though. Alright, and we are back. You know, after the really close fight that we had last time against Alexander, I'm really happy that we finished it up as we did there. Now just watch us die immediately to something stupid and trivial. Well, almost died to that. Well, it would help if I actually tried to fight and didn't just throw myself at enemies to die. So you know what, I'm actually gonna try and not just waste this life just because I'm at low health. We still want to see how much we can get out of this. Of course, we do have a lot of money. That would have been cut considerably if we used the Architect, so, you know, just something to keep in mind. And we get ourselves a blueprint. The problem with using the Architect to fight bosses is that while it can be good for practice, you can get into a loop of just, you know, not upgrading your character and just fighting the boss and not profiting and not upgrading your character. So while it is useful for upgrading when you're actually ready to fight the boss, for the most part you should not abuse the Architect. It's just, and we're dead. I should have retreated into another room, but that's fine. And there is Ponce de Leon. Not the biggest boss, but he's a boss. Alright, I'm gonna check the time real quick. Yeah, I know we just started, more or less, but you know. That was a pretty busy life, and that was a legendary barbarian queen. So now that leaves the matter of the dungeon. Well, we're gonna try out Sir Wallace IV, an archmage who's ambivalous, or ambilevis, something like that. Ambilevis? I don't know. It basically means most of his spells get casted backwards, but he has a time spell, and I haven't shown that off yet, so we're gonna try and show that off. You know? We'll increase the amount of weight we can carry, see if we can't get more of an upgrade here. Wait, what other condition do I have? Oh, you just get question marks when you have this spell. So, for example, you throw it behind you. And time spell does exactly what it looks like. I mean, it doesn't work out here, but it freezes enemies and bosses, so it can be extremely useful. We're gonna get the Guardian Sword for the extra armor. And while we're here, we will also upgrade and get the Guardian Chest. I mean, just to get that squared away and paid for. However, I am going to go back in because I should have spent the money on the gold gain. I didn't think of that. That was dumb. That was dumb. Well. Oh well. Not a big problem. Not a big deal. Instead, we are going to increase our mana and our magic damage. And the amount of crit damage we do. So just an all-around good upgrade to us. God, we look really golden. Anyway, I expect that we're suddenly going to have a challenging time now that we're going to be heading down into the dungeons. Like, a really bad time. I don't expect our lives will last for long. So here's an example of the goodness of the time stop spell. Ow! Enemies still hurt you if you touch them. So yeah, it does drain your mana really fast, but when the Archmage gets a really high level, you can use that for a long time, and it's really useful. Anyway, let's actually spend this on something that we can use it on better. Okay, we just need to remember to aim our weapons the right way because we cast everything backwards. But you see, you get a good hit like that and you clear pretty much everything off of the screen pretty well. And we got a critical hit. Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. Alright. Everything just needs to stop. It's a very powerful spell, and used correctly, you can make some really great runs as the mage. And we get ourselves yet another rune. Vampire rune. Vampire, vampire. And down here we just have a guard box. Even our mage can clear out enemies in the castle super easy now with just physical attacks. It's kind of funny how much of a joke the castle area has become. Well, I'm gonna see if there's anything in these other two rooms really quickly before heading down even further. And down we go. I mean, we found Neo Kitter's boss door. Got some nice MP back. And is it time? No, but there is stuff in here. Okay, let me show you how to deal with this room. Well, not like that. More like that. Cleared out all the enemies in one swift blow. Don't know why this room is so long. Like, lengthwise, it doesn't go near that long. I'm sure there's like a design reason for it or like a programming reason for it just by the nature of how the game randomizes rooms and all that. Whatever. Whatever. Yes, I know I just ignored all that stuff in there. Don't judge me. Whoa! They almost got me. But they didn't. Because I was waiting for them. I mean, they were waiting for me, but I was waiting for them to wait for me. That's how you know I'm good at what I do. Okay. Walking into a stationary enemy. Really smart. That wasn't the most efficient use of that spell, but, you know, I still got through the enemies there. I mean, I still took stupid hits, so who am I to talk? And I really should have saved that health, because now we're heading to a place that could really use it. I do not expect good times ahead. This is really the only way to play as a mage down here, is to just kind of take advantage of the distance. Even though I know it's not nearly as hard as it could be, it's still pretty freaking challenging. Okay. The Wraths, as you can see, do have a lot more challenging of a pattern to follow, and they also have a lot more health. And... alright. Gotta remember, my stuff goes flying backwards. But we do get a lot of money down here, so that's gonna be really nice. Now, the other musicians, other than the people who did the music for the castle and the Maya did the music for here, they were the ones who also did the music for the forest, and you can kind of tell because they have very distinct styles. And VGM Corrin, my friend, he has a preference. He likes the music in the dungeons and in the forest, if I remember correctly. They're his like favorite tunes of the game, and I think it's because they're in a minor key. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the reason why. Me, I think they're good in atmospheric, but they're not my favorite tracks in the game. That still goes to the Maya. Still, it is suitably spooky in here. Like, very much so. We got a horse, a dark stallion, if you would. We just wasted quite a bit of magic doing nothing. Whoa, 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 whoa. There are basically very few tier 1s in the dungeon, if any at all. Just, there's not many. So most of the challenges you're going to be getting down here are going to be challenges. Quite challenging. Good luck. Is he stuck? Yeah, I think he was stuck. The Dark Stallions, of course, leave fire behind that can hit you pretty easily if you're careless. Thankfully, this platform here is so narrow we can hit through it. It's a little cheesy, but you know. In shmups, you gotta take what you can get. And this qualifies enough as a shmup to warrant that. I'm not gonna use our time spell right now because it's just... I don't want to run out of mana too quickly. I don't want to rely on it too much. I should have thrown that the other way. Oh well. Okay. This guy is also stuck. How strange. It is scary down here, though. Quite frightening. Whoa! Not cool. I'm going down. And we found a journal entry. Journal entry number 22. I sit here making my final preparations. All that lays between me and the lord of this castle is the golden doors. There is a nervousness in my body that I cannot quell. Is this fear or fear-sightement? All I know is that my journey is finally reaching an end. I have almost forgotten why I entered this castle in the first place, but I remember now. I have bested my siblings, I will save the king, and leave this castle a greater man than when I entered. My family will get the honor they so rightfully deserve. Now, I enter the throne room. And if I know correctly, I think that's going to be the last journal entry we get until... oh, for a while. Maybe. I could be wrong there. This is a deadly room. I'm not going through there. It's a dead end, and we're gonna have a bad time. We exploded. I tried to equip the time thing, but I pressed the wrong button, and I died. However, Sir Wallace IV was not without merit. He did make much money, and he did make good progress down there. But, oh well. So let me just check the time. Alright, I'm gonna do one more life, because this is technically my third life, I think. So we're gonna head down there and hopefully make more money as Lady Antoinette II. Because there are a small spelunket, and their goal is getting money, and there's lots of money down there. And I don't expect this life will last long. Way to have confidence in my children, huh? Heh. Okay, buddy. Pal. Can I equip this now? I sure can't. I sure can't. I can, however, try to equip this for even more armor, but I like the critical chance and the critical damage ups. Well, you know... I'm gonna go back in here. See if there's anything else we can level up that might be worth it. I will increase our crit chance up again because I do like getting crits. Crits are critical, if you will. Please don't flog me for that joke. Please do not. Yep, Sharon, you can have my money for all I care. Now, a smart idea to actually do as the Spelunket at this point is now that you're so strong that you've taken out 3 areas of the castle, you can just kind of go around as the Spelunker class and have an easier time gathering money in the other portions. You won't get as much, obviously, as you would get in the dungeon, but you can get a lot of money without nearly as much trouble. Obviously, still the Maya might give you some trouble, but the castle and the forest are not nearly what they were. That was not nice. Yeah, chests here give beans. Not very much at all. And here, though, we have a mini-boss. So I am going to head in there with our tiny dude. Oh boy. Ow. But since they're castle mini-bosses, they're not nearly as strong as, like, ones in the other section. So I said these guys were like an earth mage and a fire mage before, but as you can see, they actually hold many different spells. So that makes them a lot more challenging than I initially thought. But now that we've taken care of one, the other one should go down just like that. And for our trouble, we get our MP increased by 5. I don't know if there's any limit on how many stat upgrades you can receive from chests, but they do eventually level off when your stats get really high so that it becomes trivial to get like a 5 MP boost. But hey, that stacks over time if it does just keep going up and up and up. But if there is a cap, I'm really curious what it is. But not so curious as to go and check on the wiki myself. Woo! No. Alright, it's time to start heading down into the depths. Because we need to... Okay. Let's try this one. Alright, we're almost down to the bottom. Okay, let's try over here. Damn it, we were so close. This is another challenge that gets easily nerfed if you're the dragon, because then you can fly. That doesn't technically count as jumping, so it's not chance-based at all. I know I didn't get the other coin. I don't care. Now, what do we have over in this room? We have the gambling minigame. Alright, sure. Whatever. And we didn't win. Whatever. We didn't lose much money anyway, clown boy. I mean, you're an elf, and there's already a clown in the dungeon, so... I stand by it, though. He's a clown. Clown lord. Whoop. It's kind of stark going between the castle and the dungeon. It's just seeing all the threats in the castle area, just comparatively, they're so minuscule, especially since at the start of the game, this area is actually kind of challenging, dodging between the enemies and putting up with their threats, but not anymore. Okay, and up here, we have found Kitter's boss door yet again. I wonder how many times I've said that over the course of this Let's Plays, like we found Kitter's or Alexander's or somebody's boss door. I wonder how many times I've said that. Well, no matter. We've got a case of defeating all the enemies in here, which should be easy enough to do, unless these guys make it really challenging. Well, that could have gone a little bit better, but could have gone a little bit worse too, because we did clear out all the enemies, didn't take too much damage, get ourselves another rune. Again, the sooner we get all the runes, the sooner we can start getting even more upgrades from the fairy chests. And going over this way, I'm getting sloppy though, I know, so I need to stop it. I need to start playing more carefully again. Especially since I do need to get down into the dungeon. Because I do need to make more money down there. It's critical. I'm also still upset that I never managed to get the compass to direct me to treasure actually yet. I'm also wondering how long it's going to take to kill the boss of the dungeon, because that's a challenging fight. No joke. Just tough battle. Okay. Sending this axe down. We're clearing the threats below. Just wisely scouting ahead with an axe. The question is, though, how much further do we have to go to get down into the dungeon? Hopefully not too much further. Here we have Freezy Pops trying to kill us. Whoop! But they're not really that threatening, as per usual. So, yeah, I didn't think... I mean, obviously I can see on the map what is a point of interest and what isn't, but you know, you still want to pop your head in and see if there's just like some boxes you can smash for money. And in this case, this room led all the way up here to get this chest. And in my opinion, that was worth it. But now it's time to head down to where the real money is, in the land of darkness once more. Let's turn our helmet light on so we can actually see what the heck's going on down here. Okay, that hurts. We are plenty equipped to actually deal with the threats down here now, though, so I have a good feeling about this. Surely nothing can go wrong. Now here we actually have the upgraded ninja. They're tough. I don't like dealing with them. Whoa, 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 whoa. And of course, even the base enemies have been upgraded to be made stronger, so that's something else you gotta look out for. Now, we could head back up into the castle to try and get that treasure chest, but I don't want to waste more time up here. I want to get to work. I want to get down to business. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Unfortunately, I don't think this life is going to last too much longer, just because, you know, mages. Mages can just... they can screw you really fast. Particularly the Earth Mages. I've complained about the Earth Mages before, and I still stand by the fact that they're really challenging. I'm also expecting there to just be a zombie ready to pop up out of one of these floor panels, so I'm not looking forward to that. Ison, you can just go Dyson. Like die, not like the vacuum cleaner, not like a Dyson vacuum cleaner. Although those are very nice. Don't get me wrong, those are very, very nice vacuum cleaners. I don't even know why I came over to this side when the goodies were on the right side. So I might have just wasted my time and my life coming down here. Oh, this room looks great. Look on the left side of the screen. That looks like fun. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going back to the other way. Before I get myself killed. Like, immediately, without getting any money or goodies out of it. Even though I'm sure that I can still die on the way back. There are spikes everywhere. There are spike balls. And there's still this asshole running around. But we're not going to deal with him. Because we're going to go down this way. As you can see, the best way to deal with the Isons is to knock them up into the ceiling in such a way that their ice will mostly collide with the ceiling and not be a problem to worry about. Chain Tors, you already know how to deal with them. Although I swear to God, their balls move faster now. They just swing around faster. That guard box is going to shoot homing missiles. Whoop. And we did pretty well. All things considered, I think we did pretty well. But I don't want to go down because there's probably... oh, there's not anything down here. We've got a random teleporter that would probably teleport us somewhere even safer. By which I mean somewhere not as dangerous as where we are. It would probably teleport us back into the castle or into the forest or something, so we're just not going to worry about that. Whoop! This is how you deal with threats in this world. And thank God it's a fountain. So we actually get a little more time down here. What is the structure of this place? There's an eyeball over there. Okay. Whoop. So if we can take care of this dude, we can now head over there and take care of that eyeball. Whoop. Just as long as we don't get cocky. That takes care of that. But we got another one over here that we should just take care of to make sure it's neutralized. And now we can take care of this guy pretty easily. You know, this episode might end up running long as a result of it. I was not expecting this life to last so long. Okay, this is easy. And by easy, I mean it's still kind of challenging to deal with. Now, hopefully we don't die trying to get out of here. I mean, I could go back and get that food. clearly, I'm a gambling man. And usually I lose. But sometimes, man, sometimes you win. I got most of my health back, most of my HP back. Wouldn't it be funny if I fought the boss in this episode? The same episode that I killed Ponce de Leon, I went and fought the boss of the dungeons. I think it would be funny. In the meantime, I'm not dealing with all of the enemies in here because some of these enemies they suck. That's all there is to it. They just suck. Particularly, what's your name? You Zomboner? That's appropriate. That's really appropriate. We got ourselves a lot of... Oh boy, that's trouble. That is a slime. That is a big old blue bite. And as you can probably guess, they are going to fall into even more blue bites. This is not an easy room to get around. No, and they leave fire behind when they jump. Mostly, I just want to take care of him. He's the one I was mostly worried about. Let's throw an axe down. Which means that... Ooh... I mean, we shouldn't necessarily have to take care of this thing, but you know, you get a lot of money from killing the blue bites. Like, a lot of money. And if you have Siphon and Vampirism, they're a great source of healing, because each individual blue bite heals you for, whoa, a lot. Well, hard to believe it, but I pretty much almost made it to the boss door. Sky chest plate, we're getting some new armor. I made it to the boss for the land of the... You know that how I was talking about how hard this place would be, and how I was talking about how it would be silly if this place was easy while the other places were harder? Yeah. Let's read this diary entry. Journal entry number 23. I never knew what treasure lay in this castle. I knew only that it would cure the king. Who could have suspected it would be the Fountain of Youth? I expected a monster to greet me at the dais, a foe of unimaginable strength. I imagined it would take all my strength to best him. But when I entered the castle and saw my father, the king, sitting atop the dais with goblet in hand, I knew all was lost. He would never die, and I would never be heir. There are no words to express what I feel. So now we know what happened with the prince's story. Because if his father went into the castle and went straight for the Fountain of Youth, that means he would have had to given up everything. Right? Right? And that's what makes it really bad. But there are still some journal entries left. So we'll see where his story goes soon enough. In the meantime... I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're going to be challenging the boss. The boss of the darkness, the land of darkness, is the infinite Herodotus. It is a giant blobby. We're dead. We're not going to survive in here. Don't be silly. You might be thinking, oh, Herodotus doesn't have that much health, but look at that. Now, not only are there two blobbies, but each time you split him, an Earth Mage comes out. Like, of all the things. And there's spikes on the floor. I can't believe... I genuinely cannot believe I'm fighting Herodotus in this episode. I'm surprised. Huh. Wouldn't it be funny if I won? Yes, but, you know, it's not gonna happen. I have to do too much damage, and there's just gonna be too many blobbies to take care of. This is like the Manta Ray mission from Mario Sunshine, but like 3 times harder. Because not only do you have the splitting enemies that get faster to deal with, they're already all chasing you, and you have mages to deal with too, so... There's nothing about this fight that really makes it easy unless you have a class that's built for it. And let me tell you, the miner's not made for fighting. This has always been true. And as you can see, the smaller Herodotuses, they still take a lot of hits. They're not easier to kill, necessarily. Whoa. And somehow we survived that. I don't think this is gonna last much longer, though. Nope. However, whoa. But if for a time I could believe that I had a chance, that was actually a really interesting fight. I was glad I got to do that. Well, I'll be damned. That is gonna be one divine spelunket. So today was a really productive episode. How about that? Yep. We killed Ponce de Leon. We learned about the Fountain of Youth, and we even fought Herodotus in the Land of Darkness. I think that's going to be a great stopping point for today, because that's about all we're going to be able to get done. Also, if you connect the Fountain of Youth to like the names of some of the bosses we've fought so far, you might find something interesting. So, you know, that's just something to consider. That's going to be it for today, and if you want to see us delve more into the Land of Darkness and take on the rest of the castle of Rogue Legacy, then I just hope to see somebody in the next one. Bye-bye!